Hey guys, it's DC, and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. I have to do a video at some point, even though Albert's like, oh, do a video when you're ready, da 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 da. But if you wait too long, you kind of get comfortable not posting videos. So I apologize, guys. I've been super busy seeing clients in therapy and internship at school, so it's been keeping me busy. But let's get right into this video, which is my thoughts on Beyond the Gates and the trailer. I thought the trailer was fire. I know a lot of people at Boston Enterprises, speaking of which on Albert's chat and his channel, a lot of subscribers felt like it felt like a lot of people felt like it was like a Tyler Perry kind of esque of the trailer. But you know what? Tyler Perry's got shows on the air. And here's the thing with the Gates. I feel like I like that they still gave us a soapy look. And it did kind of like give me a Tyler Perry BET Plus kind of thing, which is good because you need to attract a primetime audience. Because the thing is with daytime, there's a stigma against daytime. People will not watch a daytime show. I told people I've known, like, oh, what are you watching? A soap opera? Oh, I don't want to watch that. Not even look at the contents of it. Because there's like a stereotype with soap operas. So the thing about it is that we do need this to have a little bit of a primetime feel, but still give us a soapy elements. And I think that's important with shows like Beyond the Gates. I mean, that's why I didn't even give it a soap opera name, like Never Say Goodbye, or Tomorrow's Not Promised, or Search for Tomorrow, or One Life to Live, or A Brighter Day. They gave it more of a Netflix series streaming kind of name to the show. And I think that's really good. Now, I was on Albert's Live a while back ago when we were talking about the budget of soaps. My whole biggest thing with the Gates coming back, I want to see them do good writing. I get tired of people always talking about budgeting on soaps as if budget is the biggest thing. You got people on YouTube doing great things with an iPhone 10. So I don't know I want to hear about the budget anymore. I feel like it goes beyond the budget. You can tell good, imperative, and captivating writing without always having the budget to it. I think that's the thing, because here's the thing. Y&R's got the budget. They don't do nothing with it, in my opinion. They got a budget. But the writing usually, for the most part, is decent on how you can do slow burns. So my biggest thing is with the Gates, I want to see good writing. Don't just all of a sudden, oh, we have a black family and we have two gay lead characters in a relationship, diversity. And do you have the writing to support this? The writing is important. There's a reason why I'm so hell-bent watching international soaps like Hollyoaks or Generations of Legacy or Scheme Song or Muvango or EastEnders, because the writing is there. The writing is there on those shows. They don't do fancy things. They never did destination storylines. They might have, but that's not really the thing they were known for. Those soaps kept it simple, but the writing is there. And that's a key thing you want to look at with these new shows is writing. So with the Gates, I'm giving it 2 weeks because I think at that time I'll be like in a conference at the time it premieres. So I'll give it 2 weeks. But initially I was going to give it 1 week, which is 5 episodes. That's generous because a primetime show, most of you guys will only give it 30 minutes. It's going to be real. But what I'm looking for is captivating writing. I don't like that it's called Fairmont Crest. It's very like Dallas and Dynasty and Falcon Crest. Very, very much a cheap name. They could have given a name like Oak Ridge or something. That feels more realistic to me. And other people are like, oh, those soap names seem fake. I was talking with Sarah. He's like, those soap names seem fake. Now, I grew up in a city called Port St. Lucie. So cities like Port Charles sounded real to me. That sounded like a real town name to me. Now, with this, I like the diversity aspect of the show, but I want the writing to be there. I know JL Jimmy, he got on my neck a couple of weeks ago. We love James. He said that, I think he mentioned like in one of his, on my comments and then on his live that DC, you don't talk about race. It's not that I don't talk about race. It's just I don't watch American soaps for diversity, right? And James has a good point because you do have to talk about race. It's important. You have to talk about the representation. I agree with him on that. Totally agree. It's just I never watch American soaps for like representation diversity. I go get it from EastEnders. I go get it from Hollyoaks. I go get it from Scheme Song. I go get it from Muvango. I go get it from my other soaps. When the main spouse ain't doing their job, the side, is holding you down. And you stick around for the kids and the history. But the thing is that I hope the Gates can give us that. I think Days is the one show that's kind of giving us some kind of diversity, but the storylines, the writing is just not there. Days has been terrible lately. Terrible. Now, I will say, not coming on doing videos as much, guys. I will say, though, I do like I have a separate soap channel and like a separate YouTube channel for soaps and a separate one is personal. I don't watch soaps on the personal one because I don't like getting spoiled. And it's been a blessing to not be spoiled. It's been a blessing. Now with the Gates, I want to see captivating storytelling. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see nothing predictable. If you're going to give us the same stuff that we're already seeing now in General Hospital and Days and a little bit of B&B and just the cast is black, I'm not interested. I'm really not interested in that. I want to see captivating writing. They got now 2 weeks now to impress me. I know people say, give it 6 months. I got things to do. I'm in grad school. I got things to do. You better bring it the first 2 weeks. You got, and to be honest, if you're bringing in a new audience, you would have less than 2 weeks. Us soap fans, we understand the genre, so we're willing to be generous. But the thing is about it is you need to bring in a new audience. That's the thing with ABC Daytime. I think that was their saving grace for so many years, that they brought in new, younger audiences. And that was the thing with soaps back in the day. They're always about how to bring in younger people. And then came the late 90s, 2000s, they stopped doing that. They got comfortable. The people who started watching Guy Life in the 1930s, are they still with us? Are they still with us? You need new viewers. So you can't be writing in the same way, right? This is why sometimes just because something has been around for a long time doesn't mean it's a good thing, right? So for example, I'll give an example like, okay, like when people are looking for therapists, they always feel like the more years someone has in the field, the better. Not always. Sometimes the more they've been in the field, sometimes the more terrible they are. Because if your education was from 30 years ago and you're dealing with people from 30 years later and you haven't done no follow-up or no professional development to help yourself now, how does that work? And it's the same with soaps. It's the same thing with soaps. If you haven't with the sense with soaps, like if you're sitting there still writing for the audience from 1970s, 1980s, how do you expect to bring in people in 2024? And I think with Bob Guza come in, because Bob Guza know how to write for men on soaps. This is why GH is still they're still the reigning champs of ABC Daytime, the only ones right now. But Bob Guza know how to write for men on soaps. He knew how to give a little bit of both. And you need to write for that new audience coming in. I don't want to see typical soap tropes. I don't want to see evil twins. And if you're gonna write that in a way I can connect with it. That's the thing with British shows. They don't do that kind of crap. They don't. And that's why viewers still resonate with them. They have loyal fans. You have to write what's relevant to the society. And that's what soaps did back in the day. And that's why people cared. When you talk about All My Children, and I think it was Amy Vining, I think that was her name, maybe that's General Hospital. Amy something, All My Children, where she was against the Vietnam War and you had characters who were against it and for it. And that was relevant to the time. People weren't afraid to go there. We're too afraid now, but that's a whole other conversation. But you need to captivate and bring in new audiences. And I always hate when people on soaps blame the budget. What does the budget got to do with it? Back in the 1950s and 40s, they literally had black and white picture and little organs. They had no budget, but they had captivating writing for their time. It's always in the writing, ladies and gentlemen. The writing is everything on a show, I'm telling you. I don't hear about no budget. But my hope is that the Gates can really bring something fruition. Good storytelling, good writing. I did like seeing Tamara Tooney in that trailer. I'm like, okay, Clifton Powell. You guys remember Clifton Powell from Halloween Town High? That was a long time ago, if you guys remember him. But I need captivating writing. And the Carla Mosley with that golf club on the desk. Good stuff. But they need to bring in a new audience. That's why you got to even call it a daytime drama. Don't call it no soap opera. Because people already have a stigma in their mind against it. Even when I was growing up and I was watching All My Children, I knew about the stereotype with soap operas. When I started watching, I was like, whoa, this is not like people think it is. This is actually pretty good. Now, Passions was exactly the stereotype of what a soap opera was. And I think they did that intentionally. They were like a parody within a soap, They were parodizing soaps while being a soap at the same time. But you want good, captivating writing. You want characters that we can connect to. And you want characters that make us think, like Roger Thorpe. Not going to go there for right now. But that's what we need. So even when I look at some of the audio dramas like Forever and a Day, Evergreen, Tomorrow's a New Day, Old Cove, some of them write very new, fresh storylines. Like, whoa, like I was not expecting that. Some of them go the typical soap route. I'll give a review on those later. Evergreen is really good though, guys. Really, really good. Really good. That and Forever and a Day, all of them actually are all very good. And I like them all for different individual reasons. But that's the thing. You want storylines that you can connect to. So if they're going to do the same crap they're doing all other soaps and the predictable storytelling, I'm not interested. They get 2 weeks. I'm giving the Gates 2 weeks. Better bring it. Anyways, guys, that has been my quick take on the Beyond the Gates trailer. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I'm excited for the genre. I'm excited that we're actually getting a new soap. It shows that people still believe in this genre. And I hope this makes other soaps shape up. Now, when the Gates comes on, I am dropping a soap in my lineup. That soap will be B&B. B&B has just never brought it for me. They're getting dropped. I can't watch, it's not like when I was a kid I can watch all 9 soaps where I had a VCR go in my room, a VCR go in my mom's room, and then a VCR recorder go in my brother's room. I had no life as a kid, as you can see. But I can't do that now. So I only have room for 3 soaps. It's like Top Model. I have 4 soaps standing before me. Only one of these soaps will go out to be America's Next Top Soap Opera. They all get their picture call except B&B. B&B just never bought it for me. I don't have the time anymore. Ever since Stephanie Forrester left the show, it's never been the same. Now, if they're smart with the Gates, they could do crossovers of YNR, crossovers of B&B. And I think what Samuel brought up to me about how the soaps should do crossovers. They should. Why not? Another World and As Well Turns did crossovers. They're on different networks. I mean, they were owned by Procter & Gamble still. So I want to see creativity with this. They gave us a soapy look. I was concerned about it being primetime looking. Don't ever do that in daytime. It's disrespectful. Don't ever do that. But I really want good storytelling. I want the storytelling of One Life to Live with a little bit of Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks basically the One Life to Live for the British soaps. That's basically what it is. That's what One Life to Live would have aspired to, that status. Because One Life to Live was the only soap telling stories like that. Where you had a serial killer back in 2004 who was killing people, finding out he was gay. You had a racist arsonist around 2008. You had a college sexual assault storyline in the early 90s. You had a woman trying to pass for black in the 80s. One Life to Live was telling dynamic storytelling, y'all. And this is why I'm not upset that One Life to Live is not here for, because if y'all weren't ready for that. Y'all wanted GH. And now you're mad GH didn't give you diversity. But it was never even built on that. You always get what you're ready for. I believe in life, we always get what's a reflection of what's in us. And I believe that on a political level too. But what I will say is, I really hope the Gates brings us some good storytelling. And I want to know, what are you guys looking forward to in hearing from the Gates? Anyways, guys, this has been DC Soap Sanctuary. This has been Soap Sanctuary. I'm out.